Okay, I decided I'm always gonna start wearing glasses when I'm live or when I'm outside because the eyes are the windows to the kingdom of, right? So I've been studying something, right? I've been looking at something called propulsion, right? It's something where it's Newton's one of Newton. I've been fasting as much as I can. Besides, when I have to take my medication, because fasting it kills it eats the bad cells in your body, right? So, what was I about to say? So, if you were on a train, right, and lightning was coming down, right, and you're on a train, it would look like the lightning bolts both came down at the same time. But to a person that's standing still watching the train go by, it would look like one lightning bolt came down first and the other lightning bolt came down second. That's what Einstein figured out, right? Okay, and then another thing is, if you're in an ambulance, the sound of the ambulance ringing, it would be constant, right? It would be constant to you, but to somebody that's in the distance, as it's coming closer, the sound will get louder and louder. But the sound is steady to you. Newton's laws. I think it's the third law I looked up, right? And it's where they can use like cars, any type of energy force, right, to push or catalyze an object in any way they want to push it in an opposite direction of what they want, where they're trying to go. So they say I have bipolar disorder, right? And I feel like there's 25%. What it really is that chemicals are missing in my brain because somebody slipped me some PCP a long time ago, which I think it was a government setup because I don't really want to get into that. But the police were like close by when I was given this, and I thought I was getting some THC, and I went on some like crazy trip for a long time. So because I've been wearing my glasses out in public, it brings a lot of hate with it. People are showing their true colors. Don't be surprised if you just start seeing people with their face just turned up every time that you come around because your light is shining and their time is running out. Actually, your time is running out. You know what I mean? Because it's always now, right? So Yeshua, he died for our sins now, right? Because infinity now is always now. It's never going to be a past, present, or future. It's always going to be now. Don't listen to these people with their weird sciences on here talking about aliens and all this, man. It tells you that it clearly in the Bible that Satan comes as a false energy of light. And what happened? These people start trying to study and talking about they found anti-gravity. We know that's a total lie. You cannot defy laws set up by right? You can't defy Yehoshua's laws. And they start playing with fire and they got burned. That's what happened. They said the girl Amy something, rest in peace, but they said her hands were burning and she had to start covering her windows, which I've been utilizing that because I don't know what they going up in them space stations putting up there. And you have your phone. They got a movie called Snowden, and it shows that it's true. Eric Snowden's hiding in Russia. I can't go live because every time I go live, they got a spy come on air. Even when you're just on there by yourself waiting for people to come on the airwaves, it has like an entity on there, right, watching called AI, right? The answer, right? Remember AI? So what happens when you go to a mental hospital? I checked myself in a few days ago, and I told them that the kingdom of heaven was inside of me, and I told them that the he is in me is greater than he is in the world, right? And when I told them that, they got four guards or whatever, four security guards, right, football player size, right, cornered me in and said, "You're either going to take these shots of whatever we want to put in you. I don't know everything they put in me, or we're going to force it in you." So I just willfully did it because I didn't have no control over my body once I checked myself into the mental hospital. And then I just started busting my head off of wall to wall, boom, 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 boom. I had no control over my legs. I felt like I got slipped a Mickey or something like that. Just something irrational happened. And I said, this wasn't what I came in here for. And I kept busting my head around until I fell asleep. And I'm going to try to sue them for that. This is what happened in mental hospitals. It's called energy propulsion. If you've never watched the movie Snowden, I highly suggest you watch it. In the movie, if you look at the camera lens on your phone or any device that you have, they can watch you through that. They showed that in the movie. He showed that they were setting up a government surveillance program. Somebody told me that in God we trust means geodesic order of dominion. Because remember what Yeshua said? He said, whose inscription is on that bill? And on our bill it says God, right? So render to God what's God's and render to what's Shalem. We know that Melchizedek didn't have no birth record, no father, no mother, and that Mary was a Alma. That means a woman is able to, a Betula, I might be mistaken, but you can look up what the Hebrew word is. I think it's a Betula or something like that, right? I'm going to put it in the comments on the thing. Is a verb, but Isaiah 7:14 is talking about Alma, and it clearly states in the Hebrew Bible that Mary was an Alma. That means that she was able to have a baby. The only species that's able to have a baby without a woman being involved is a serpent. Look it up. It can have asexual reproduction, and they call it a virgin birth. That's why they have in the medical system the caduceus. It's a serpent around a cross, which means full body of knowledge. And what happened to Moses? Moses, Satan was arguing with Yehoshua over the body of Moses. This is in a realm we can't see, right? Some of us can see it when we like stay up for days or fast for like 4 days or something. You start seeing things. It's all real what you see. There's another dimension that we can't define. We have no answers of except what the Bible tells us. And we know that some of the Bible was tampered with and they put what they wanted to put in. They didn't burn the books. They just removed them. Rage Against the Machine said that. Shalom. 7. The basketball player. Now they got AI, the answer, right? So it's just a lot of weird stuff going on. And I can feel like right now, even while I'm on here, I feel like radiological like propulsions and vibrations coming from this TikTok app because it's the fastest moving algorithm besides YouTube. So, when YouTube, the only problem with YouTube is you can't get a live audience unless you just already have established something. And time is running out. I don't know when the day or the hour is. Only Yehoshua knows that. But what I do know is that this is real, man. Stuff is really happening. They got people stuck on a boat somewhere because now I think they done created. I said this is basic theology, right? To me, right? It's crystal clear to me, right? But you have to find out what your understanding is, right? What the is of your understanding is, right? When I say that, I'm not saying a word because there is no word to define besides Yehoshua, the earthly name that he was given, right? Which was just a title. He has a name that we do not know, and there's an energy. He has all type of power that we do not know. All we know is what's in the Bible, and the Bible is revealing and showing us what's going on. I have to wear these glasses on here. It's blocking anything. Plus, I'm covered. I'm covered by the blood. And one thing you have to do is you have to go back into that. Genesis 2 talks about water. Water was never created. But where do you have water at? In your pineal gland, right? The gland they don't want you to ever even think or talk about. And I think through this pineal gland, through my intense study of myself and just doing talk fasts and just letting myself just be and trying to find out what my inner voice is saying. My inner voice is telling me that something about 3 kings. You got to remember that story you were told. These 3 kings, these 3 kings. And when I was a part of another organization, which I was infiltrating just to get information to get back to what I was believing in, which was at the time I was a messianist. I didn't know that I was being set up to follow the way, which Yeshua talks about in Yohanan 14:6, the narrow path. It's like walking on a tightrope, but you just got to hold on. You got to hold on because you have the perfect person. You have the author of everything, the genius of geniuses, right? Yehoshua in your corner. Shalom. Melchizedek.